Savage Ready crew, what it do? We back with another episode, y'all, on the Savage Ready TV. This one is gonna be about the roach savages, the roaches from hell. You know, the roaches took over these people's house, invaded them like the funky, dirty ass savages that roaches are. Yes, they pulled a home invasion on these niggas, and I got to show y'all this story. Yeah.
Roaches, trash, and feces. Those are just some of the things that deputies say they found at a home in Flagler County where an elderly man and an infant were staying. And they say this couple is to blame. Fox 35's Chancellor Wynn joins us live in Flagler County with this one. So, Chancellor, deputies say that home was absolutely filthy.
Filthy is almost an understatement, John. These deputies say once they were inside the home, they found insect droppings, trash, and mold on some of the ceiling corners and just really throughout that entire home. And now a couple is facing charges accused of neglect.
This is quite horrifying, to be frank, and that's not a word I throw around lightly.
A home right in the middle of what appears to be a normal Flagler County neighborhood can only be described as filth, as sheriff's deputies say they found trash and feces throughout the home, roaches crawling on a baby as he slept in his pack and play, and insects coming out of an elderly man's socks.
It was clearly not meeting the threshold of what any reasonable person would do to care for a loved one. And loved one is probably a term that shouldn't be applied in this sense.
The baby's parents, 32-year-old Nicholas Cummings and 31-year-old Tashay Brown, were supposed to be caring for their child and the elderly man, but instead now find themselves in handcuffs.
All right.
Brown reportedly telling deputies that each night she would flip the pack and play upside down to shake out the bugs and then put the baby back inside before spraying roach killer around it.
To think to myself that this child is going to grow up thinking that this is acceptable, or this is the way that it's normal to have roaches on my toys, or play with roaches as part of your daily upbringing. It is horrible to think about. It stays with you.
More roaches found in the elderly man's room, as investigators say they saw insects coming out of his mattress, which was also nearly completely covered with brown and orange stains.
He was also covered with insects.
The arrest report for the couple states that the deputies were responding to the home for a welfare check because the fire department had seen the conditions when they were there helping the elderly man after he had fallen. Reporting live in Flagler County, Chancellor Wynn.
Man, I'm not going to even make fun of the situation, but it is funny as fuck. Respect to go out to the little baby. Don't know baby should be in a situation like that where it's roaches crawling all over them. And respect, go out to the elderly guy, roaches and shit, coming out the man's socks, man. They need to be slapped. They need to be slapped. They need to be clapped. They need to be locked up. I mean, who wants to live like that? First Lady, I know you got plenty to say about this one.
First off, it's 2026. Who still lives with roaches or want to live with roaches? That's crazy. There's something got to be wrong with you. Now, I done heard of roaches coming out of socks, but not while you still wearing them. Like, they living in his socks while he wearing them? Like, what type of stuff is that?
It's crazy.
That's wild.
It's crazy. Do you see how disgusting that house was? They had that little baby living like that, and the elderly guy, man, I bet you it stank up in there. They look like they funky and dirty and nasty, man. Some fucking nasty ass savages. That's what they got, man. And I hope that they basically, like you said earlier, them motherfuckers went to jail for roaches and shit.
Who goes to jail?
The roaches sent them to jail. You know what I'm saying? The roaches sent them to jail. Make it make sense. You know, but they deserve to be locked up living like that, man. I mean, I understand. This ain't the 1980s no more. Remember the 1980s where everybody had roaches? You know, it was like they was acceptable back then. But now, it ain't acceptable. That ain't cool no more. You know, if you comfortable with roaches, now I get it. If you can't afford it, I understand. But come on, man. I know you ain't that motherfucking poor when you can't even buy you a fucking can of Raid, my nigga. But who gonna deal with roaches?
Some people comfortable with it, though. Sit down and watch TV with them, eat dinner with them, they okay. It's crazy, but it couldn't be.
Man. I remember, man, we didn't really have roaches. I said we really didn't, because if we did, we would kill the motherfuckers. But I would often, from time to time, go to somebody's house, a friend's house, a relative's house, and the roaches just come up. When you saying hi to your friends or your relatives, the roaches coming out to say hi to your ass. Mm-hmm. And they, whenever they coming out in broad fucking daylight, because I ain't gonna lie, I had to deal with them for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But we got rid of that shit because the type of person my mom's was. If my mom knew you and you fell on hard times, mama was gonna let you up in there. And I love you, mama, for that. But damn, we ain't even got the thing hooked up. But the iPhone mic is recording us. Mama would let you in. You dig? But sometimes when y'all niggas would come in,
they bring a few friends with them.
They bring a few friends with them. And we, Mama and Pops had to have the house exterminated several times because of that, because they had, good hearts. They would take you in. But we wasn't trying to, take in your friends. You dig? You know what I'm saying? If it was up to me, some of you motherfuckers would never come in, because when you did come in, you didn't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You fucked up the house, even more. So my thing is, roaches, you got to go like a real savage. You got to go. You got to go. First lady, have you had any encounters with any niggas that was just nasty or just what? Because we ain't gonna make this all about the roaches. It was more than that. They was just some filthy niggas. You could just tell clearly they were filthy. Filthy. They ain't even afraid to hide. They're not even afraid to come out, and they in broad daylight. Yes, the infestation has gotten bad, and that's exactly what happened with these people. They need to be locked up, because it's just, you ain't got to live like that in today's time. You ain't got to go through it. I've been through it. It's not a pleasant thing. They nasty. They fucking hurt. Oh my God, man. So, have you ever had any close encounters like that with a roach?
That's never happened.
So you ain't never met no nasty nigga that you talked to, and you went to the nigga's house, and the nigga with the house was nasty?
No, that's never happened in that situation. No,
you told me if somebody's house was so fucked up, you was tripping over
it was
debris and all that shit.
I ain't seen no roaches, but they might have been hiding that day. But yeah.
Anyway, y'all, we don't ran all the stuff. Did I say too much stuff? I'm buzzing like a motherfucker, y'all. I think I don't say too much shit. Just know that T is a clean motherfucker now. We took care of that. That was when that incident happened when moms was still alive, man. Rest in peace, moms. I love you. And we took care of that, because we don't live like that. But sometimes when you let a motherfucker move in with you, you letting their little friends move in too. Lesson learned, man. Anybody that I decide to let come stay with me, I'm telling you going through a motherfucking screening. I'm gonna screen. First and foremost, you're gonna leave your shit out. If it's in the wintertime, you're gonna leave your shit in my backyard for the next 2 days or something like that. And I'm gonna carefully go through it, because I'm not dealing with no bad bugs. I'm not dealing with no flea. I'm not dealing with no roaches. I can't do it. It's just as simple as that. Anyway, man, this video went on too long, goddammit. Any final thoughts, First Lady?
Oh yeah, getting back to the subject, if they wanted to live like that, that's fine. But to have somebody elderly and a baby living like that,
Yeah.
totally out of line.
Right.
So they getting just what they deserve. To jail they go.
Off to the fucking town motel. You stink fucking nasty motherfuckers go. Salute y'all. Savage Ready crew. Salute, baby. Yeah.